This video is to talk about the requirement and expectation about the Assignment 9. Assignment 9, we will continue to improve our account class version. And since we talk about the constructor and the destructor function more in detail, and we introduce the static keyword, how to create static variable in the function. So here, continue with your lab exercise 9. The account class UML diagram has some changed. So the first thing, our account class, we add one more variable. We call number of object. This number of object variable will keep checking how many object being created, how many account object being created. And earlier when we talk about annual interest rate, we say all the account objects should have the same annual interest rate. So you see for these two, they are the variable shared by all account objects. So they shouldn't be the private instant data variable. Instead, they should be the static variable. So that's why they have the underline. So that's the change about data attribute. And one more thing, when we create an account, the ID shouldn't be changed. So that's why we define the ID variable become the constant variable. Since we have those change, any constant variable, if you want to assign the value, in the example we show you, you need to use the constructor initializer to assign the constant value. So that's why you need to change your constructor accordingly. So then here, because we have the static variable, all the getter function and the setter function for the static variable, they are also is the static function. So here you can set annual interest rate and get annual interest rate, but they both are static function. So the number of objects, we don't allow them to change. The only way you can increment or decrement number of objects actually is in your constructor function and the destructor function. But here we allow user to get the information for currently how many objects being created. So we have a static getter function for the number of objects. So here, since our ID is a constant number, so we don't have set ID anymore. So the same thing, all the getter function should be the constant. So that's the change for our assignment 9. So in order to see the constructor function and the destructor function being called, so besides you need to increment number of objects in the constructor function, please also display the account and ID information. In the destructor function, each object being destroyed, the number of objects being decremented. And also before the decrement, please print the information for the object, account object information. So in this example, we want you to practice actually in the driver program in your assignment 9.cpp file. They will create different account objects in different order. So please follow by here. So the first one, we want you to create a global object. This one is before the main function. And a static object before the main function. So then you have a local automatic object that's in the main function. So on the other hand, you just create a local variable in your main. So you create the third object, account object. So also create the local static object. So that's here, we want you to follow the order to create different objects. So once you finish, so then you will see the output since we have the information displayed from the account, constructor, and the destructor function. So when you create the object one by one, they will display the information, how the object being created one by one. And also at the end, before your end of your main function, you will see all the objects will also be destroyed one by one for different order. So this one I want you to discuss with your classmates why the object destroy and create order like this. So that's your lab. That's your homework assignment 9. So the same thing, you need to submit 3 source file. So you need to submit 3 source file, account.h, account.cpp, and assignment9.cpp, and also the sample output from the screenshot.